Good afternoon, families. Thank you all so much for coming in to our 4th grade concert. We have a wonderful program set up for you this afternoon. We're going to keep it to about 30 minutes. Before we get started, we are going to start with our land acknowledgement. Before we do that, you have just one last opportunity, if you haven't done so yet, to scan this QR code right up here on the screen. This is going to give you a program order for all the songs that we're doing today. So if you're interested, I'll give you a little bit of time to scan that QR code right now. Thank you, Quincy, for helping me present the QR code. All right. So we're going to start off with our land acknowledgement. You will hear it read twice, once in Ichishkin and then once in English.
Washna yakma mami, dichum kanik. Nimi skulik, wapto public schools. Iwa yakma timani dichumba. Ichiwa nishak pama, utimku biniptima. Tima pama yakma nation yao. Wia oislama. Patlanusha, ichi yakma dichum yao ku tima yao.
We would like to acknowledge that we are coming to you today from the traditional lands of the first people of our valley, the 14 confederated tribes and bands of the Yakama Nation, and we honor with gratitude the land itself and the Yakama Nation. So, at this time, I'm going to hand things off to some student speakers. They're going to lead the way for today. I'll be right back at the end of the concert with some last-minute announcements, but for right now, I hope you all sit back, relax, and enjoy our 4th grade concert. Thank you again for being here.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our 4th grade concert. We are very excited to perform for you today.
We are going to get started right away. This first song we will be performing is going to be teach you some rules we want you to follow.
This song is called Concert Etiquette Rap.
I've just been told that we need to make a little extra space for some families who are just joining us, so we're gonna pause for just a moment or two. But while I do, I think now would be a good time to acknowledge, for those of you who are interested in having your students check out with you at the end of the day, we do have a procedure in place to make sure that, we know that your kids are accounted for, they're safe, they know where they need to be. So, if you are planning on checking your kids out at the end of the concert, please make sure that you take some time to check in with their teacher first. Once you've let your classroom teacher know, there will be a few adults with some sign-out sheets right over by the main exit. Check in with the teachers first, sign out with the adults right by the door, and then you can come up and take pictures with your kid, hand off gifts, congratulate, and then you can check out with them at the end of the day. So at this time, as we are just starting to set some things up, once everything looks good to go here, we'll invite the rest of the families on down, and we're going to keep the concert going.
The theme for our concert this year is February holidays. We have chosen songs that represent the three major holidays that happen every February: Valentine's Day, Groundhog Day, and Black History Month.
Before we perform each song, we will share with you interesting facts and trivia about each holiday. For example, did you know that during the Victorian era in England, people who wanted to reject their Valentines would send them cards called Vinegar Valentines?
Vinegar Valentines, what are those?
Nearly 200 years ago, when someone received a Valentine card from somebody they did not like, that person might send them a card back to reject them, and in some cases make fun of their appearance and personality. Here's an example.
Yikes, I think it's safe to say that no one wants one of those for Valentine's Day. Luckily, this next song is very sweet, no vinegar whatsoever. This song is called Valentine Cards. next song is called It's Not My Fault, and it's a song about Groundhog Day. You know, I think it's pretty cool that groundhogs have the power to predict the weather.
Are you serious? Groundhogs can't control the weather.
Yes, they can, don't you know? Every year on February 2nd, a groundhog named Punxsutawney Phil comes out of his burrow, and everyone waits to see if he sees his shadow. If he does, then we get 6 more weeks of winter. It's basic science.
Actually, Punxsutawney Phil's predictions have only been right 39% of the time. This is an incredible bad success rate if you ask me. Besides, did you know that there is actually...
Wait a minute! Stop the presses!
Stop, what's going on?
I just received some breaking news, and it's huge. Punxsutawney Phil is being accused of adding 6 more weeks of winter. He can go to jail if he's found guilty.
Oh my gosh, he's really being put on trial? But groundhogs can't control the weather, it's not his fault.
Well, I guess we'll just have to watch and see what happens.
This court will now come to an order. Mr. Groundhog, you've been accused of adding 6 weeks to an already blizzarding winter. How would you plead?
Not guilty, Your Honor. Please, let me explain.
Since 1976, the United States has recognized and celebrated Black History Month every February to honor the history and achievements of African Americans in our country. However, the idea of Black History Month has existed long before the first celebration in 1976.
Black History History Month actually began in 1926, but it wasn't a long month celebration like we now know. Instead, it was a week-long celebration that took place during the second week of February, which lined up with the birthdays of Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass.
Communities around the country have been encouraged every February to celebrate and learn more about the history of Black Americans in the United States. Our next song comes from one of the most impactful times in our country's history during the rise of slavery that led up to the Civil War.
This song is called Follow the Drinking Gourd. It is a song that slaves working their plantations would sing to one another. It contains secret instructions on how to escape from their masters in the South to make their way to freedom in the North. We hope you enjoy it. We would like to thank you once again for coming to our concert today. We have one last song to perform, but before we do, we would like to say thank you to some very important people.
First, we would like to thank our fourth grade teachers for helping us get ready for today. You guys are awesome. Next, we would like to thank Mrs. Rodriguez and Mr. Zadler for everything they do to support.
We would also like to thank Mr. Garza, Mr. Peterson, and Ms. Torres, and everyone at the district office for their county support of music here at Satus Elementary.
we get to school on time every day. Your love and support helps us be amazing students. We love you and thank you.
Last but not least, we want to thank all of the fourth graders for all of our hard work. We all did an amazing job. We deserve to give ourselves a big round of applause. This last song is a traditional African American spiritual from the 1920s. It is called This Little Light of Mine.
Let's give these fourth graders one last very big round of applause, please. All right, my friends, carefully go ahead and take a seat at your spots. All right, Satus pups, give me 2 claps. Give me 3 claps. Thank you again, families, for coming out. I know it got a little warm at this gym, but we really appreciate your continued support, coming to support our students for these music programs. You were the people who helped make all of this possible, so thank you once again. Before we go, just one last reminder. I posted about this a little bit earlier. If you are planning on checking out your student for the end of the day, after this point, please check in with their fourth grade teachers first. And then once you've done so, we have a couple of volunteers who have some sign-out sheets. They'll be right over here, right by the door. Go see your child's teacher first, and then we have one right over there, right by the kitchen door. Teacher first, sign them out, and then you can go take your child for the rest of the day. At this time, I will dismiss you to come greet your students. Thank you all so much again for your continued support. We hope to see you for our next concert, which is our 5th grade promotion. Thank you all so much.
Find it.